understood that there's been a challenge or there's been a gap between the church and the music ministers.
Very important, something that can actually make a life or destroy a life, whether with God or without God, something that has been running and controlling the entire world for some years now. And then we're talking about social media. So I'd like to invite Mr. Energy to shed more light on this. Please welcome Mr. Energy.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks for talking. Yes. So my name is Izam Akutovich Musami. I'm popularly known as Mr. Energy, that's the brand name. Yes, I want to first of all appreciate God for giving me the privilege to sit here to educate and for us to learn as a group of people, and also to the initiator himself, Mr. Dotson. Thank you for having me here. So we're here to talk about social media, right? So this is what I thought first. I would like to know, who do you think the gospel artist that uses social media the most? First, I would like to hear from you guys. No, they are not men like the most. Okay, just give me top two. Okay. Okay, I like that. So I will tell you guys. Yeah. Okay, so now when I talk about using the social media the most, there are some people you see, their personality alone will make you to give your life to Christ. That's the use of social media. And the two people I will mention to you guys is Lemo Blaze and Tim Lovely. Yes. So I'm sure we know Lemo Blaze, right? The gospel artist. Lemo Blaze happens to be a gospel artist that does the album music. And also, Lemo Blaze, according to Spotify, he's a Nigerian gospel artist that gets much playlists on Spotify globally. So his playlists on Spotify, all the big gospel artists we know in Nigeria are not even there. So what am I trying to tell you? I'm trying to tell you about personality. Now, the use of social media when it comes to the gospel music business, for you to have that ingredient, for you to have that gift to use it, it starts from the scratch. Lemo Blaze from day one, even without the use of social media, he has been like that. His person has been that person. He has always understood how to be able to use his personality to convert souls for Christ. So I tell people that when gospel artists, when they hear, okay, who are my competitors? Obviously they think their competitors are their fellow gospel artists, right? But no, the competitors are the secular guys. Everybody is sending out messages, appealing to the same crowd. The population in the world is about millions, right? Let's do Nigeria, right? Nigerians have about 200 million people when it comes to population, right? Who are they selling to? The secular artists are selling to the population. The gospel artists, who are they selling to? Are selling to that same population. So how you use your social media matters a lot. You need to be intentional about it. What are you doing? Yes, we realized before coming here today, I was watching the YouTube. My pastor had like a one-on-one discussion with Banky W and this other guy, which is my husband. Okay, so they were trying to talk about how you balance your life with your social media, fame and balance. But it is still very, very possible. So I tell people, yes, the team here is about the local church, right? The local church and the ministry. The truth is, we are all called to fulfill purpose in this earth. And how are you fulfilling purpose? It might be through your gifts, it might be through your talent. Now, take for example, you happen to be that gospel artist that is called to fulfill purpose through your talent. Now, to be able to do it, you need to be intentional. Yes, the Instagram, the Twitter, the Facebook, all these apps that are available for you to be able to preach the gospel. How are you going about it? You need to do it so well that when the wayward people see you, they want to emulate that. They want to give their life to Christ because of how you're doing it, what exactly you're doing. That comes about personality. So we all have this instrument, that is the truth. And I like what the urban gospel artists are doing. Adeyeye, when it comes to female, is someone that uses social media well. Like I tell people, when I discuss with people, I tell people, Adeyeye is not a competitor to the female gospel artists. She is a competitor to the secular. A lot of secular female artists want to be like her. She was intentional about it. She was intentional about it right from when she was growing up, from the secondary school, the higher institution, where she was intentional. There is something about her. So if you carry that gift, you need to have a plus. You need to have an extra thing that you can be able to do that other people want to follow. Yet your Facebook, you need to be able to know how you're connecting with people in the world, what they put out. And you should be able to have a personality that if they see you online, the same thing will apply when they see you offline. It is very, very possible, very, very key. So social media is one of the key things. Now, if you look at the music business itself, yes, the Afrobeat is doing so well, the secular guys are doing so well. But now I love what is happening because I remember I started as a talent manager, managing secular artists, but currently I do things a lot for the gospel artists because I understand it's a purpose, I understand it's a mandate I need to fulfill. Like preaching the gospel is not like, yes, we understand it's local church, but there is what we call following the trend. We are in the Z generation. These people, there are some things they don't understand, which the 80s, the 90s, the 2000 children don't understand. But the Z generation sees life differently. They came in the period whereby you have the Facebook, the social media, doing everything. So in that case, this time, what are you doing that is different through social media? Even though you have your TikTok account, your Twitter account, you can definitely transform, bring out some common things, do funny things that would still glorify God at the end of the day. At the same time, you might not be calling Jesus in everything you're doing, but that action you're taking, they will see there's Jesus in it. So I tell every gospel artist, we need to be intentional about everything. So it's an intentional approach. The focus is in gospel now, with the last days. And if we don't take this revival to ourselves, before we know, these secular guys that makes the global decision will still come and make a decision for us in the gospel space. So this time we need to start creating soldiers in terms of brilliant, intelligent people that can be able to create the next app. Yes, we have TikTok. There was a time when there was MySpace, right? But now who knows about MySpace? Nobody. Now we need to create soldiers, intelligent gurus that will be able to come up with apps that can, at the same time, do this thing, but at the same time, you are fulfilling purpose by preaching the gospel. Very, very important. Like I don't take social media for granted. So even okay now we talk about every gospel artist in Igbo, I want to pray, like I need to pray, I've gone to the studio, I've released my single, but I need to pray to God for it to go viral. No! You need to have a plan. Many of us here, many gospel artists don't even have a marketing plan on how to distribute their song. Many people don't even know what is called an EPK, electronic press kit. These are the little things you need to start building. And there was a guy that spoke about brand, talked about the graphic, artwork, all these things. You need to know it. You need to, from this little stage, start creating a team. Teams that understand and know where you're going as a gospel artist. That is how you change the narrative. The Frank Edward was celebrated today. He was intentional about it. There are some things he saw in the gospel that was not happening. He needed to tweak it. He needed to switch it up. And that is why people started enjoying the rock gospel music. Same thing at Tim Godfrey. You could see. Last 2 years, Tim Godfrey did a concert in a hotel. That concert was sponsored by 3 banks. Fidelity Bank, Zenith, and another bank. You think they didn't see something about it? They knew there is a number. He's doing something differently. You can never go to a Godfrey concert and you see him perform and you won't be revived. He brings out the entertainment in you, you want to see more. And that is where you need to now start paying. Yes, gospel artists are not going to be free. They should be paid. But before people pay, yes, it's the gospel, but they have a business, it's their career, they need to feed themselves, they need to take care of their children, right? But you need to make sure you have something exceptional that will have to give.
So true. I'm really sorry for continuation, but we got to a point now, and it's leading us to another point. Because what you just talked about is about promoting your business. I'd like to invite someone to join us briefly so we can talk about that together, and then we can round up the session. So please welcome with me Mr. Adebo Ladekon. He's going to be talking about how to promote gospel artists. You're welcome. Before we go into your discussion, there's something that came to my mind when they were talking about branding, and he mentioned it again right now. There is no crime in contracting it. You do not have to know it all. Even when it comes to choosing your color, we happen to live in a country where we feel, oh, once I share my idea, someone takes it. It's true, but at the same time, sometimes if you don't share it, someone will not develop it for you. So if you have to see a consultant, please do. You have entrepreneur lawyers or attorneys, and then you have psychologists that you can talk to. They can help you to figure out your brand. It's not all the time that it has to be your pastor, because after the spirituality, you need the professionalism as well. So I just thought I should include that. So thank you for joining us. He was talking about social media, and then he's gotten to the point where he's talking about how to promote it. So I know that's what you do, I'd like you to talk more about it before we round up this discussion.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Olalekan Peter Adebolu. I am a Christian media practitioner. I have a brand that helps promote gospel songs and gospel artists. So I started my brand 2018. So ever since then, I've been able to get enough resources and information that I'll be able to share with you today on promotion of your song as a gospel minister. Now, there are many ways you can promote song as a gospel minister, but first of all, you have to know that music promotion is expensive. It is not cheap. It is not cheap. And it is it's very, very expensive. Now, to promote your songs, you have to, there are many methods to promote your song. One of them is through social, by promoting it on social media like Facebook, by running sponsored advert for your song on Facebook, Instagram, or maybe YouTube if you have a music video. So by doing this, if you push your song to your audience, and when you are promoting your song on this platform, you have a selected audience you have to push your song to. You don't just push your song to everybody. So you have a selected audience you can push your song to by doing this. Then another way is through mixtape, by putting your song on mixtape. There are many DJs out there, many gospel DJs. We have many of them. You can contact the DJs and send them your song. Of course, you have to pay for giving them your song. So when they put your song on this their mixtape, you have to play it at maybe online, or maybe there's a birthday party, Christian birthday party, or any other event that has to do with when they employ a Christian DJ. So playing your song on this event is another way to promote your song on this event. Now another way is by putting it on airplays, radio stations, and TV. If it's a music video, you can push it to TV stations, and if it's a song, you can push it on radio airplays. So this way you can play your songs maybe regularly, maybe 2 times in a month or 2 times in a week, depending on your budget and the package you choose. Now on the monetization aspect, how to monetize your song if you want to make money from your music. Now first of all, if you want to make money from your music as a gospel minister, first thing you have to know is that you are just coming out. You see, put your mind on the money first. You have to first of all build something, build power, and build a lot of audience. Now, but if you want to make money from your song, you have to distribute the song on digital stores. There are many digital stores out there like iTunes, Boomplay, Spotify, a lot of them like that. So you have to distribute your song on these stores. Now, if you are starting out as a gospel musician, you can distribute your song, but there is no guarantee that because you distribute your song on these stores, you get your money back. But you still have to do, because anytime the song can pick up from these stores, but you still have to. But don't put your mind in it that immediately you put your song on these stores, you have to make a lot of money. Because to make money from this song, on this song, you have to have a lot of fan base and a lot of listeners on these stores. So I think that's all I have to say about it.
Mr. Adebolu, can I ask you this question? You talked about selecting your audience. How do you select your audience?
When you are, pushing your advert on maybe Facebook or Instagram, so there's this thing called audience selection. You have to select a kind of category. Everybody, when you are opening an account on Facebook, there's something you need to select. Maybe your age, sex, or anything. Then, when you're also filling your profile, there are some things or other things you have to select. Maybe you are a gospel minister or you are a minister that you put on your profile. So if you are somebody that want to promote your song, there's a space for you to select these kinds of people. That maybe they are gospel ministers, or they are pastors. These kinds of people, they are the kind of people that will listen to your song as a gospel star from the start. So these are the people you push your song to.
The next question will have to be about the radio and TV stations that you mentioned, and I'm going to direct it to you because you're into social media. Radio is expensive, TV is expensive. So how will someone that is just starting, trying to build a line, looking for a platform, how can they go about putting it on the radio or the TV?
Just like a newborn baby, right? Give birth to a newborn baby, you expect that baby to grow before the person walks, right? So also, same thing applies to a musician, a gospel artist. And in fact, our stage has made it so easy, stage and age has made it so easy for any gospel artist to build if you know what you're doing. So when I want to create a plan or like a creative section with a gospel artist, I'll tell you the radio TV should not be your priority. You have the line, you have a phone, in as much as you have a smartphone, you can do something. Most artists that blew up these days, that their stuff went viral, started online. What are you doing? Just keep doing, putting content out online. So think about the radio, because if you end up having to spend a lot to put your song on radio and TV, they'll end up not playing it. You'll be scammed. Do you understand? Be intentional about online. Do things.
Okay.
Find your own craft.
I think they both go hand in hand because there are some audience that they are not on social media. There's nothing you can do. As the world is going global, they remain on TV, they remain on radio. As a matter of fact, sometimes I still think about it like, which one is FM, which one is AM? Not because I didn't used to know it, but at the moment I don't know it because I don't use it again. And then I have another sister, we're still in the same generation, but the other person will be like, please turn on the radio and switch to, a particular frequency.
So let me tell you the truth, and this is what you need to know. If you're a good musician that has a quality, everybody that needs to hear you will hear you. Just that.
Everybody that needs to hear
you will hear you. Just that. I remember when Mr. Chinwe grew up, the song Unite, that song has been for ages. There was a period we were doing Alaba promotion, just Alaba promotion. But at the point that when they need to hear her, everybody. So just be ready.
Messi Chinwe had a platform initially. She went for a particular program.
Yeah, she went for a particular
Idol.
But how many people knew how much she went for Idol? It was the people that was watching Idol that get to know her. At the point when it was that time, everybody knew her.
Okay. Yeah. So true. Taking it back to you, sir. Monetizing it. Music and money, gospel and money. In my language, they say, it means that money is is a bicycle for gospel. I'm trying to translate it literally. But some people will now say, which means for you to ride that bicycle, you need blood. So monetizing it is also a very important part. You talked about the digital platforms. With the digital platforms and having a producer, because that's another thing that causes strife between artists, we're signing a contract, my producer is doing this one. How can it be balanced? Okay, you want to monetize your song. You don't know how to go about it. You need a producer. That means you want to sign a contract. Or you need to sign a contract. Or should I say, I suggest you sign a contract because it's safer that way. That's how I feel. You want to do a business with someone, and then because it is gospel, you don't sign a contract, so the person now treats you anyhow. It becomes war. How can this be handled?
Normally, I think to monetize your song first, you don't really need to sign a contract with with the producer herself, because you can actually do this and do it on your own. Maybe after the production and you make sure that everything is okay and everything, you can just do this by yourself and push the song yourself on this to this digital platform.
So let me answer to this. I kind of understand what you're saying. So now, my advice for every gospel artist that wants to take their music up professionally, the first person you need to get is to get a lawyer, not even a manager. You get a lawyer. And now to the aspect of contract, yes, a lot of producers just don't want to produce a song and you end up not paying them. They want the royalty. So there's what we call split sheet, right? So every artist must have a split sheet that has to do with you giving a certain percentage to your producer. You have a split sheet. That's why if you have a lawyer as a friend that understands the business first, he will be able to create something for you to be able to have a split sheet for that artist. And why is split sheet important? Because the song that you drop today might end up being a global song in the next 5 years. So you have it saved in your email, so you can be able to bring it out. So you must learn. So as a gospel artist, you need to start learning these things now. It is important. You just need to be ready. So when the opportunity comes, don't flow. That's what I'm saying.
Thank you. Would you like to say any other thing, please? Nothing. Does anybody have a question? One or two? Sarah, any questions?
Because sometimes if you wake up in the morning and you're with your phone, before you know 2 hours is gone. Like I wake up 4 a.m. and I'll just, after praying, I'll just be on my phone before it's already 6 a.m. Now mind you, me being on my phone, I am intentional about the people I follow. There's some content that I consume has to be content that affects me positively, that add value. But at the same time, it can be a time waste. So, as a gospel artist, you should get to a period whereby you should be able to fast. Fasting is not just when you deprive yourself from eating. Fasting is you can fast, deprive yourself from your social media. Fast and have time to yourself. Be able to balance it. If you don't do, it's going to ruin your life. At the same time, so
Thank you so much. Anyone for us?
My final note is that as a music minister, we have to really learn a lot. There is a lot to do, a lot to learn, which is more than what we are doing right here, because we don't really have enough time to talk about many things. We have to learn a lot about branding and how to position ourselves to get the best opportunity out there.
Thank you so much. Kindly help me to give a round of applause. This is a conference. At the same time, it's like a training. Some people will pay a lot to hear all these things today, but I would like to say to us that everything you have heard, they are key. They are very useful. Do not toil with them, because you will not know when you will need it. But as long as it's registered in your heart, at the point that you need it, you'll be able to pick it up and it will be of good use to you.